Okay, good morning once again. So, as I mentioned to you, uh, it would be good for you to, oops, for those of you who were not my students before or you have not learned R before, it would be good for you to do watch this video. This one, 1.7 or 1.13. This is the latest one, September 6, 2024, Introduction to R and R Studio. Okay, this is a, a must. And then here you have a file, an RMD file, which I'll explain in a while. And then you have here the video on data types and data structures. This is part one, this is part two. So I hope you you find some time to watch these videos so that next Thursday you'll be more prepared to uh, with the discussion. Okay, as I was saying, we're going to use R and R Studio. R is the main software that we're going to use. Okay, and let me see. Okay, this is, wala yung R ko dito. R. This is R class. No? This is your R. This is your software. So this is your script window. You can write many programs here. Okay, you can write, for example, I'm sorry, I'm typing very slow. Okay, because I'm just using one hand. For example, 456 plus 23 minus 789 plus e to the 100, okay, which is plus e, small letter, exp, e to the 100, okay. So very easily, R will be able to compute any mathematical operation. If I press Control Enter, then it gives us the answer 2.688 times 10 to the negative times 10 to the 43rd power. So that's quite a big number because e to the 100 means 2.18 raised to the 100 power. Okay, you can create mathematical expressions here. Okay, you can create objects here. For example, x. Okay, so I'm creating this object x. X is equal to 50 or 60. And then I'm going to create another object. I'll call it y. Y is 45. Okay, so then x plus y.
Sir, sorry, I
Yes,
can't see your screen po.
I'm not sharing my screen. Okay, I'm sorry.
I don't think so. Thank
Oh,
you.
no, very sorry. Sorry. Thank you for calling my attention. Yeah, I wasn't sharing my screen. Okay, all right. So back to what I was discussing a while ago. When you open R class, for example, in your search bar here, I type R. Since you already have downloaded R, okay, you'll find it here. My version is for R 4.5.1. Control Enter. Okay, it will open. It will open R. So this is R class, R graphic user interface. Okay, my R version class is 4.5.1, uh, which was uploaded to or developed on June 13, 2025. And the name of this version is Great Square Root. Every 3 months, R comes with a new version. Okay, and R is free software and comes with absolutely no warranty, which means that if there are mistakes in your modeling, R will not be responsible for that. you are welcome to redistribute it under certain conditions. Okay, so R is a collaborative project with many contributors. So this is what I was saying a while ago. The good thing with R as a software is that it uh, it has developed a community of contributors. So many coming from different fields like economics, finance, engineering, mathematics, even the natural sciences and medical sciences. Many who are familiar with R have created programs and then contributed it to the archive, which we call CRAN, CRAN. CRAN stands for Comprehensive R Archive Network. So as I said, here is the script window. You can type some operations here. For example, 100 times this one, what I was writing a while ago, minus square root of 1000 plus e to the 23, okay? It's just a mathematical operation, times minus divided by, let's say, divided by ln of 45, 35, okay? Natural logarithm of 35. Control enter. Okay, sorry. This should be log. Apologies. R does not recognize ln, so log. Okay. Control enter. There you go. That's the answer. So you can type mathematical operation here. Okay. And a while ago, I was demonstrating that you can create an object called x. And then, okay, the symbol, this is called your assignment operator. I'm going to assign, let's say, the value 78 to x. Shift enter. So when I press shift enter, it will now create in memory this object x. And then I'll create another object y this time. Shift less than and then minus and then 245. Okay, shift enter. So you now have x and y in memory so that I can now perform an operation where I'm multiplying x times y. And now R will recognize this because we have already inputted the value for x and the value for y. So x times y, control enter, will be 19110. Okay, so in essence, R is a very, very big calculator. And it does not only compute, it can also it can also plot, create graphics. So later on we will explain what these are. Pressure is an object that comes preloaded with R. Okay, we can ask R to plot pressure. Pressure is a data that comes preloaded with R. So if I press Control Enter, okay, so what will appear here is a plot, okay, device where you have pressure on the y-axis, y-axis, and temperature on the x-axis. So why did it plot this object? Because this object pressure comes preloaded with R. So when you open R, you can access this object pressure. And true enough, when we plotted it here, we saw that we have the plot of pressure and temperature. Okay. However, we're not going to make use of R as our interface. Okay, it's R GUI stands for Graphic User Interface. However, it's not very it's not a very good GUI. Okay, that's why what we're going to use is R Studio. So that's why I said after you install R, you have to install R Studio. So for our purposes, we're going to use this one. So I suggest that you create a shortcut, okay, so that you can open R Studio. Okay, so this is the logo for R Studio. if I click this, I should have created a logo here for a shortcut also for R. Okay, anyway. So if I click this one, okay, let me file, new file, just a script first. When you open your RStudio, okay, the first thing that you're going to see is most likely this one. Okay, of course, your window will look different from mine, okay, because I made some adjustments here. Okay, now what you're going to see is on the upper left is your source or script window. So this is your source, SOURCE, or your script window. And then this one, let me first reposition these tools. Global options. Okay. Bagal yan, sorry. Okay. So what you're going to see, okay, minus all of these objects here, you're going to see 4 panels. On the upper left, you have your source or your script window. So this is the source window. Okay, if you notice here. Okay, this is your source window, no? Here. And then below is your console. Okay, this is where your all the codes that you write here is replicated here plus the result. Okay, and then here you have your environment window, and then your files plots packages window. Okay, so I find it better for us to put the console here and the environment window here, and the reason will become apparent as we go along. For those of you who were my student before, you know the reason why. So how do we change and put the console here on the upper right, and then the environment here on the lower left? It's very easy. You go to tools and then go to global options, tools, and then global options. And then on the ear here, you can see our general code, console, appearance, pane layout, packages, etc. Okay. So we can choose the pane layout here. And it tells us the position of the panes currently. So I would want that the console to be on the upper right. So I'll just click this one, the environment window, click this one, and then click console. Okay, that way the console and the environment will exchange places. Okay, so we now have here source on the upper left, below is the environment, and then you have console on the upper right, and then files, plots, packages window on the lower right. And click OK. Bagal siya. Okay. So now the console window pane is here on the upper right. Okay. As I said, if you type anything here sa source window, for example, 100 plus log of 56 plus the square root of 1879, whatever. Okay. Okay, and then control enter. You notice that the command, the line of code that I wrote here in the source window is replicated here in the console, and the result is also generated here. Okay, So that's what happens when you're using when any code that you write here in your source window is replicated here in your console. So that's one of the reasons why we would want the console to be on the upper right, because you can immediately see on the right side whatever you wrote here in your source window. If it's here below, can be quite difficult to navigate to, okay, especially if you have already a long list of codes. Okay. So another thing is the appearance. Okay, you notice that for some of you, the appearance will be different. It will be white. Okay. For me, I prefer this type of appearance because it's clearer to my eyes. So it's up to you if you want to adapt this appearance. If you want to change the appearance of your R Studio, you go again to Tools, and then Global Options, and then here Appearance. Click this one, Appearance, and you have here, okay, the theme, okay, modern and sky. For me, it doesn't matter. Zoom is 100%, and then you can change the edit. You can change the font. Okay, I'm using the default Lucida console, and then here you can change the font size. In my case, it's 16. I can increase this. And what's important here is the editor theme. So you have here several choices. You have this ambience, it's colored black. Chaos, it's black also. Chrome, this is the default. That's what you're seeing now if you have downloaded RStudio for the first time. Then we have also clouds midnight, and then I'm using cobalt here. It's easier on my eyes. So, but of course it depends on your option. Okay, you have Dracula here. Okay, for me, I use cobalt, and then I press OK. All right, let me pause for a while, class, and see if you're able to follow. Kindly just chat yes if you're able to follow. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them now. Any clarifications?
Sir, I have a question po.
Yeah, sure.
Yung sa akin po kasi sir, nung tinry ko po yung 100 plus log 56, di pa po dapat um, yung dito sa may console, lalabas po. Hindi po siya
Yeah.
lumalabas sa akin, sir.
Okay, is this Jerilyn?
Yes po.
Okay, sige. Jerilyn, I'll stop share tapos paki-share yung screen mo, ha?
Okay po, sir.
Sige, para makita natin yung problem.
Wait lang po, sir.
Sige. Take your time.
Sir, naka-disabled po yung
Sorry.
share.
O nga pala. Okay. Okay. Go ahead.
Okay po. Kita na po, sir.
Yes. Okay, there. 100 plus log 56 plus square root of, okay. Paki-ano nga muna, Jerilyn, go to console. Tapos, on the upper right, makikita mo yung parang may walis dyan, yung broom.
Ay, wait lang po. Ay, ito.
Oo, sige, yan. Okay? Dinelete muna natin para makita natin. Okay,
Ito
go
po.
there. Control, you don't have to highlight everything. You can just go to the end of that line. Sa dulo niyan, Control Enter. Press Control Enter, Yeah.
Yun.
So, hindi Enter lang, Control Enter.
Okay po.
Okay, so yan, lumabas na. Okay?
Okay po. Thank you
Okay,
po.
very good. Thank you, Jerilyn. Thank you. Okay, any other questions? Please feel free to ask questions, class. Don't be ashamed. Kasi wala namang questions dito ang iti-treat na inferior. Lahat ng questions dito very important. Okay, so may I ask, especially those of you who are using R for the first time, are you able to follow? Are you able to catch what I'm saying? Paki-feedback naman. Especially those of you who are using R for the first time. Yung mga students ko dati na nag-Finlips na, you don't have to answer. Walang feedback. Okay, thank you, Carlos. About the others, please. Paki-feedback naman, please. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay, now, when you save this, no? When you save this, ito class, this is your R script. Now, before you do anything, before you before you save any file, it's important that you work in projects. So, I would require you to please, ito, kailangan mapanood nyo to, ito class, itong R projects na to, RMD and R notebook, and you have to understand what our projects are. An R
Sir, hindi
project
ka
is
po
very
naka-share.
hindi pa rin, sorry.
Hindi po.
Okay, thank you. You have to remind me pag pag hindi ako naka-share. Okay. All right. Our projects class. Now, we cannot underestimate the importance of our projects. Our projects are, let's say the analogy is like their cabinets. No? So in our subject, we'll have several topics. You have regression, you have diagnostics and regression, you have logistic regression, you have structural equation modeling. So these are several topics, and the best thing for you to organize your R files is to create projects out of that. So how do you create a project? You create a project by, so let's do this. Okay. Punta kayo class sa ano nyo, sa go to your computer kung saan nyo gusto i-save yung mga files nyo. Okay. If you want to put it in your desktop, go to your desktop. Okay. Tapos mag-create tayo ng isang ano. Please create this. Mag-create tayo ng isang folder. Okay. I'm going to create a folder. New folder. Okay. Gagawin ko siyang, it's up to you how to name it. I suggest you make it, lagay ko lang Fin Arts. Lagay ko lang ng 000, no? Okay. You can name it Fin Arts. All right. So as of now, empty siya, no? Empty yung folder na yan. So ang suggestion ko is under Fin Arts, you create your several projects. Okay? Several projects. So let's say you're going to create a project on introduction to R. So let's do that. Let's do that. Go here to your R again. Okay. Ito na lang. Okay. Then file. Here. New project. file, new project. Okay. Sa akin kasi may naka-open na ano, no? So I'm going to create a new directory. Okay, new directory. New directory, new project. Okay. So anong directory ang gagamitin natin, no? So for example, introduction to R. Introduction to R and RStudio. So lahat ng mga files na ginamit natin for introduction to R and RStudio will be housed here. Okay? And then saan natin ilalagay? Okay? Browse natin. Naalala nyo yung kanina, yung inopen natin na folder. Okay? So it's in my desktop. And then nasa 000 siya yung ginawa ko kanina. Here, 000 FinArts. Click ko to. Okay? Open. Okay? So open siya. So if you take a look at this class, I'm creating a new directory with the name of Introduction to R and RStudio, and it will be under my here. Nasa desktop ko, nasa 00 folder, FinArts. Okay? And then click this one, open a new session. Okay? Open a new session and then create project. Okay, I'll give you a few minutes to follow along. Those of you who were my students before, mag-create na kayo ha. Please create FinArts then, no? Kasi iba naman yung FinDates last term eh. So FinArts and then create a new project, Introduction to R and RStudio. Okay? And then click Create Project. Okay, and wait. Okay. So when you open, diba I said kanina open, no? In a new window. So you notice when you open a new RStudio, ang default niya sa console will be, it gives you the R version, some introduction about the software itself. I'll just clean this kasi hindi naman natin kailangan to. Ito yung nakikita natin class pag binubuksan natin si R, no? I'll just sweep this, okay, para empty to. Okay. Notice now, nakalagay dito, no? May pangalan to. Introduction to R and RStudio. This is the project that we created. Okay? Nasaan siya class? Nasa drive C ko, users, home PC, desktop. Nasa FinArts 000 and then Introduction to RStudio. Okay? Yun siya. And then it created a new file, .r project. Okay, now this is very important because this one will help us automatically save the files. No? Kunyari, before, I made a very, very terrible mistake. I forgot to create a project. Tapos, I already had a file with thousands of lines of codes. Okay, tapos biglang nag-brown out, nawala bigla. So unfortunately, hindi ko siya na-create sa isang project. So what happened? Nawala yung ginawa ko. It was several days of work wasted. So always, when you're working with R, always put it inside a project, whatever you're doing. So that any eventuality, kunyari magkaroon ng power outage, biglang mawala yung power, for example, masi-save siya automatically. Okay? So if I go here, ito no, di ba? Ito yung FinArts ko kanina. Here. I'm opening the folder. Yan, okay? Take a look, class. Di ba ito yung desktop ko, no? FinArts 000. Now, inside this is the directory that we created. Introduction to R and R Studio. If I click this, andi dito si R project. Yan. So, lahat ng files na gagawin natin for this specific project, it will be contained here. Okay? Dito siya masisave. So, next time, ang gagawin naman natin, we're going to create a new project. Dito na naman ipapasok natin yon. Kunyari, ang bagong project natin, multiple linear regression, create ulit tayo ng project na multiple linear regression. So that everything about multiple linear regression will be placed here. Let's say about diagnostics, create na naman tayo ng project on diagnostics. Time series, create na naman tayo ng project on time series. Of course, we'll get to do this as we go along. So for now, nasa ano tayo, no? Nasa Introduction to R and R Studio. Ang laman niya, class, isa pa lang yung R project na yan. Okay? So if I click this one, class, if I click this one, okay. It will open now yung create natin kanina. Ang tagal lang, sorry. Let me close this. Nagbagong instance na naman ng ano. The one that we opened a while ago. Here. Ayan, ito, di ba? Close ko lang to, ha? Notice na tatlo na siya, oh. Kasi may nakabukas na, tapos nabukas ulit ako, magbubukas pa rin siya ng isa pa. No? Close this other one. Okay. All right. So this is what we were working on a while ago. Okay? So ang apat na window panes to, class, no? Here you can only see 4 at 3 kasi yung isa natatago. So you can click this one, yan, para lumabas yung isa. So this is the source window. This is the environment. Lahat ng mga files na i-create natin, mare-record siya dito. Then you have the console. Okay? And then you have here the files, plots, and the packages. Okay. Now you can create several types of files in an R project. So far, what we did a while ago, balikan natin to, yung 100 plus log, yung kanina log 64645 plus log pa rin, plus e to the 3, okay, divided by 23. Example lang. Okay. So if I save this class, control enter, di ba lalabas yan, di ba? Yan, 107. Tapos, di ba kanina nag-plot tayo? Plot pressure. If I run this here in our script window, source window, control enter, notice na dito siya lalabas sa plots window dito. Yan. Okay? So in other words, class, itong RStudio is an enhanced R GUI. RStudio is an IDE. No? IDE, lagay ko yun. IDE. Okay, which is an integrated development environment. Yan. Integrated Development Environment class. It's an IDE. So it's a tool that's linked to R that we can use so that our the processes, the coding that we're doing using R is more enhanced. Okay? So ano siya, parang yung R, it's just like the engine. Okay? Hindi tatakbo si RStudio kung walang R. It's the engine. R is the engine. While yung dashboard class si RStudio. So that's a very good analogy. So the engine can run without the dashboard. Si R pwedeng tumakbo yan kahit wala si RStudio. And RStudio cannot run without R. That's why when we installed the software, we first installed R. And then saka natin in-install si RStudio, the IDE. Okay? Now, let's say you want to save this. Okay? Kasi untitled pa siya, no? Untitled ito. If I want to save this, then file, and then save as here, no? Save as. Okay? Save as. And automatically class, saan siya magsisave? Dun siya magsisave dun sa project natin. Yan, Introduction to R and RStudio. I'll just name it script 1. Okay, script 1, and then save. Okay. Okay. Now you see what type of file this is. This one. Okay, and nag-X siya dito, no? Ibig sabihin, hindi mo naman siya mararan, no? Control enter mo siya. Wala siya, no? Okay. If I want to change this, I have to make it into a comment. Okay, so ginawa ko siyang comment, no? Hashtag IDE. Pag may hashtag class, ibig sabihin, comment yan, hindi yan iraran ni R. So hindi siya mag-error. Kanina nag-error siya eh. Kasi hindi naintindihan ni R, ano yan? Hindi naman siya mathematical function. Okay? So it's not anything, no? So when I place the hashtag here, hindi na siya nag-error kasi hindi na iraran ni R yan. Kasi ginawa ko na siyang comment eh. Okay? So what happened, class? If I take a look at our project again here, notice yung class, so ayan, script 1. No? Andun na yung sinave natin, script 1. And it's an R file. Okay? R file. And that one you can also see here sa files dito. Ayan, files. So all the files that we have saved in this project will be shown here. Okay? So ayan. Yung kanina, yung create natin na project. Tapos may history. Later on, we'll talk about this. Tapos ito yung script.r. Okay, let me pause for a while. Ano nga class? Feedback please, everyone, kung nakakasunod ba. Are you able to follow so far? Okay, good, thank you. Okay, thank you. All right, good. I hope the others are able to follow. Now, you notice class, itong rscript.r, no? Pag naglagay tayo ng code dito, yung result hindi lalabas dito. Okay? So paano yan? Paano natin? How can we use this? Just as like a word editor, text editor. Ang gagawin pa ba natin? Ikakopy natin yung result tapos ilalagay natin dito. Ba? Kasi ito ang result nito, di ba? The result is 1073564. So do you mean to say that we will have to copy the result here, Control C, and put it here? So that when we print this, kasama yung result. Mag-X nga lang siya, no? Kasi hindi naman naiintindihan ni R2 eh. Unless tanggalin natin yung 1 dyan para maging number na siya. So this is not a good way to write your text or report. May marami tayong cases, no? Sa cases natin, R ang gagamitin natin, gagamitin rin sa R as a word editor. So anong gagawin natin? We're not going to create an R script. Rather, open ulit tayo, file. Okay? New file. Ito kanina yung ginawa natin, no? New file, R script. Yun yung Control Shift N. Okay, hindi pala when we opened R, automatically may open na script, no? So we have here Quarto document, Quarto presentation. Pwedeng PowerPoint tong R class. Si RStudio at least, no? R Markdown, R Notebook. And you can create here a Python script. Okay? Pwede kayo C file, C++. So a lot of things that you can do with RStudio as an IDE. For our purposes, we're going to make use of an R Markdown, RMD. So i-click natin to. And you will see, okay, maghihingi ng title, ano? Title natin. Okay, ko script 2. Script 2. And then author, write your name. And then notice yung date, magdi-default siya sa date ngayon. Okay? But what I want is click this so that later on when you knit this file, render this file, okay, and then print it, ang date na lalabas, hindi yung date ngayon. Kunyari, you'll be printing this document 5 days from now. Okay, ang lalabas na date doon, yung 5 days from now. Yung most current. So you click this. Okay? So, pwede natin gawin HTML, pwedeng PDF, pwedeng Word. For now, let's choose HTML. So actually, pwede kayong mag-PowerPoint. You can do PowerPoint. You can do Shiny. This is for web design. And you can do several types of documents. No? Okay, magkaiba tayo. No? Wala pa dito si ano. Okay. I don't know. Baka ito yung default. No? Alright. So sa document na muna tayo. We're going to create this document and then okay. And notice what happens. Medyo iba siya, no? Iba siya kaysa dun sa, let me repeat, file, new file, R script. Si R script ganito lang, di ba, blanco. Si R Markdown, here you go. Notice that, i-delete ko to, it has contents here that are not in the R script. Okay, so here you have may dash, 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 may tatlong lines dito. Okay? So yung tatlong lines yan, class, ang tawag dyan, i-comment out ko lang, is your, not necessarily, YAML. Okay? It's called your YAML, which means yet another markup. Okay, yet another markup language. Okay? All right. So notice, si R Markdown may gantong portion. Para saan tong portion na to? Itong portion na to is used for rendering or knitting your document. Okay, later on we'll have to learn how to modify this so that your outputs will look like a certain type of document. Okay, so this is your R Markdown. This is an R Markdown document. Markdown is a simple formatting syntax for authoring HTML, PDF, and MS Word documents. Okay, may details pa dito. When you click knit, asan yung knit? Ito, no? This is knit. A document will be generated that includes both content as well as the output of any embedded R code chunks. All right, so this is the advantage of an R Markdown. Pwede natin ilagay yung code dito, tapos yung output andi dito din. Also in the R Markdown. Unlike yung kanina yung R script, yung code on the console, the output will be on the code on the script, the output will be in the console. That's the difference. Sa R Markdown file, pwedeng yung code andi dito sa Markdown, yung output andi dito din. So I'm going to show that in a while. Now notice you have here, may backticks na tatlo and then R, okay? Setup include is equal to false and then may backticks ulit. Okay, this is what you call your code chunk. Code chunk. Okay? So in an R Markdown file, yung mga codes is best placed inside a code chunk. Okay? So ano yung code chunk class? Ang code chunk class yun, no? So how do we write that manually? So si backtick nasa taas ng upper left, no? Sa taas ni tab 1, 2, 3. And then you have two curly brackets and then R. Oh, sorry, small r. Okay? This is the, and then close. Ayan. Notice that iba yung kulay ng code chunk, no? Okay? So si code chunk, dyan natin sinusulat yung mga code. Kunyari, 100 plus log 657, ba? Minus e to the 45 divided by square root of 900. Example class. Okay? So if you write your code inside the code chunk, okay, how do we run this? You go to the end, okay, so control enter, or you can click this one, so, okay, run current chunk. If I click this one, what happened? Notice that it repeated the code here, diba? Just like in an R script window. However, the result was generated here. Diba? Ito. Unlike pag R script class, walang result na generate dito. Dito lang. Pag RMD, andi dito yung ano, andi dito yung result. Okay? Okay. All right. So, how do I write the code chunk? Parang ang tagal, no? Is there a shortcut for this? Those of you who were my students, ano yung shortcut sa code chunk? Para mas mabilis isulat yung code chunk. Richard?
Sir, Control Alt I po ata, sir.
Control Alt I.
Alt I.
Yeah, very good. Okay, Richard is correct. Sa Mac, it's Command. Sa Mac, ano? Command Alt I yata. Command Alt I ba rin? For the Mac users. So for the Windows users, it's Control Alt I. So yun ang shortcut, no? Control plus Alt plus I. For Mac users, Command. May Alt ba sa Mac, please? Mac users, may Mac users ba tayo? Any Mac users here? Wala? Okay. All right. So this is the shortcut class for a code chunk. Control Alt I for Windows users. Wala nag-confirm sa Mac. All right. So this is another example class. Okay. Notice now that ito R, di ba? Code chunk to. Tapos meron ganito, no? My cars. Now what's this for? Ito class, pangalan ng code chunk to. You can name it any way you want. Now what's the use of this? Suppose your document already has so many code chunks already, and you'd like to find or look for that particular code chunk. Paano mo hahanapin yun kung thousands of lines na? Okay, by giving it a name like this one, then it will help you determine, class, kung saan na yung code chunk na yun. So here I'm giving it a name cars. So R gave it a name cars, and then summary cars. Okay, summary is supposed to give us the 6-number summary, statistical summary of this object. So again, kasi notice now, hindi naman natin linode to, di ba, yung cars na to, but it comes pre-packaged with R. So if we run this, you'll see that the result is, aside from being printed here, it's also printed here. So apparently, see cars class, it's a data consisting of two variables, speed and distance. So the summary function will give you the minimum value the first quartile, the second quartile, the average, the third quartile, and the maximum value. So you have here statistical summaries ng object na to. Okay? So aside from printing it in the console, it was also printed here sa source window natin pag R markdown, no? Okay? And then also, okay, balikan ko to class. You notice class that here, okay, lagyan natin to ng isang hashtag. Ito, isang hashtag. Tapos ito, sabihin natin dalawang hashtag. Ito, tatlong hashtag. Okay? What do these hashtags indicate? Yung hashtags class, it's used for parang pang headers to, no? Okay? So if I go here, di ba may outline dito? If I click this one, outline, all right, tingnan nyo class. YAML, isang hashtag, this is the main, no? Parang Roman numeral number 1. And then code chunk, Roman numeral number 1 ulit. Okay, di ba? 1. Tapos under it, you have 2 hashtags. So si R markdown should be under code chunk. You can see here. Tapos dalawa din dito, si Control Alt I, ito, no? Then ito tatlo class, under Control Alt I, andito siya. Tapos si including plots, dalawa ulit, ito siya. If I make this as 1, okay, naging number 1 na siya, no? So it's very helpful for outlining. Okay. Okay, and then let's take a look at this one. R. Okay, may pangalan siya, pressure, by the way. So tingnan na ulit natin dito class. Ito naman here, tingnan nyo, here. So class here. Click nyo to. Here. You can see here the outline. Okay. You can see here the outline and the chunks. Tingnan nyo to. Chunk 1, set up. Chunk 2, wala. Chunk 3, wala. Chunk 4, cars. Why is that so? Kasi chunk 1, which is this one, asan ito? Si chunk 1 natin, yon, set up, no? May pangalan siya. If you check this class, chunk 1 setup, yun ang name niya, di ba? Tapos dito, yung pangalawang code chunk natin, walang name. Okay, kaya ito yung chunk 2, notice na walang name siya dito. Yan, chunk 2, no name, di ba? Tapos chunk 3, where's our chunk 3? Here. No name ulit. Chunk 4, cars. Here. Chunk 4, cars. Here. And then code chunk 5, here. Ito. Okay, so if I notice class, R, tapos ang pangalan niya pressure, tapos may additional code siya. Okay, and then we'll see what is this, echo is equal to false. Tapos ito pa, include is equal to false. Tapos merong echo is equal to false. It says here that echo is equal to false parameter was added to the code chunk to prevent printing of the R code that generate the plot. So when you write here echo is equal to false, okay, it will run this code. However, it will not show itong code chunk na to. Yun ang echo is equal to false. Pag echo is equal to true, it will run this code and then it will also include this code chunk pag print natin. So i-run natin to run. Okay, there you go. Diba ito yung kanina, diba? Yung plot natin kanina. So, diba kanina class when we I'll close this. When we used our script, we run plot, diba, pressure, pero hindi siya nag-print dito. Dito lang siya nag-print sa console. The advantage of using an R markdown is that ito na, pag dinate na natin to class, ito na yung pang-report nyo. Okay? So let's do that. Ito. Neat on save. I-save muna natin to, no? Save natin to. File, Save as. File save as. I'll notice saan ulit siya magsisave. Dito na naman, dito sa project natin. And then notice, ang type niya, are markdown. No? So I'll call it script 2. Script 2 na lang. Script 2. Okay. Script. Capital pala ako. Script 2. There you go. It's an RMD file. Save. Notice now, sa mga files natin, meron na dito. script2.rmd. Okay? So, that's the difference between yung .r at saka yung .rmd. For our purposes class, ang gagamitin natin lagi, si RMD file. Okay? Now, let's print this class. Okay. Tingnan nyo to. No? R setup include is equal to false. Ano ibig sabihin class ng include is equal to false? Okay? So let's run this first. Let's knit this. Here. Okay, knit. Okay. So let's first knit this as an HTML. In fact, ito nakalagay, no? HTML document. So let's knit this as an HTML document. Okay, knit HTML. Click natin to. And then you will notice here now that magninit siya diyan, nagre-render siya, nagninit siya. Okay? Notice yan, pa-process siya, yun. Nag-render siya, nag-knit siya. Okay? In order to make it a knitted document. And here we go, class. Yan. Ito na yun, ginawa natin. So yung sa RMD file natin, okay, you can adjust it so that ito na yung final report natin. Okay? And notice, what do you have here, class? Include is equal to false. Ano nangyari dito? Include is equal to false. I'm sorry. By the way, you'll notice that, okay, you'll notice that dito sa ano natin, sa ano natin to, refresh. Okay, what do you notice? Ayun. Kanina hindi pa kagad nagpakita, no? Pero ngayon, ito, script2.html. Okay? You can send this file to anybody, tapos lalabas yung ma-access siya tong file na to. Yung HTML file. Okay? Which should be, sorry, yung HTML file na dapat nasa, okay, saan na yung HTML file natin? Okay, sorry. Dito siya sa, ito. Here, class. Okay? And notice here, echo is equal to false, class. Ito. Diba hindi niya pinakita yung code? Echo is equal to false. Okay, but what if I made it echo is equal to true? Pag echo is equal to true, class, okay. Where's that? Ito. Baguhin lang natin to, ha. Ito. Echo is equal to true. Which is the default, no? Pag gawin natin true yan, or T, pwede na, no? So if I knit this again, knit to HTML, nagre-render ulit siya, render. Okay, output created. Okay, tingnan nyo, class, yung, ayan. Oh, echo is equal to true. Pinakita niya yung code, plot pressure. Yan. Unlike yung kanina, echo is equal to false, this did not appear. Okay? So it's almost time, class. I think that will be all enough for today. Now, again, may I request you to please, very important yung ano, class, ito. This is very important. So kindly please, ito, no? Medyo sinimulan natin dito our markdown. Yung R notebook, hindi natin masyadong gagamitin. Ang gagamitin natin si R markdown. Of course, yung mga projects. And then please, this one, yung data, well, we have discussed this actually. Yung data types and data structures, very important to class. Unfortunately, we don't have the luxury of time to watch this. So I'll be requiring you to please watch. Kasi i-discuss dyan yung different types of data types, vectors, lists, matrices, data frames, time series, very important. Okay? So let me